everybody, I'm Aleese Real,
And I'm Esha Belle.
and this is Full Time Black Women, a community for Black professional women to live, laugh, grow, and fill the soul.
So, what are we talking about today, Aleese?
Today's topic is working hard, stuck in place, why Black women are concentrated in the most precarious jobs.
That sounds depressive. It does. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's like working hard, stuck in place,
It does.
while Black woman is concentrated in the most precarious job. I don't know
Yeah,
why that was my hand motion for jobs. I'm
you
not
know
sure.
what?
It and if you're
It
trying to figure out
reminded me of
what I meant by
a
that, then go ahead and look
workhorse.
for
That's what I
YouTube. Yeah.
saw. A workhorse galloping forward. Because immediately when you were doing that part, my whole part, like I saw galloping. I don't know. But it
I
reminded me
felt
of
bunny.
that. I see that too. I see that too. That does very much bunny like, and I think it's because what I was thinking of was,
I
you
think
remember
galloping
that
like this.
movie Never Ending Story? You remember that?
Stop asking me if I know that movie. No, I've never seen that movie in my life, and it's been on every streaming service I've ever come across. And I was like, this shit look boring. And everybody like, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. And I try to watch it, and I fall asleep on it like 4 to 7 times. Don't know the exact number because it's boring to me. Yeah, well, if you don't want to be my friend anymore, you know what? I guess I'll understand, but
It's
you know
it's
what?
not
It is what it is. You are
you
clutching
know,
the invisible pearls.
I
Y'all go ahead and watch
am.
Elise clutch her invisible pearls on our YouTube channel at Full Time Black Woman because she is judging me so hard. This is supposed to be a safe space. I don't feel safe.
You I know.
I don't.
I'm usually
I
better
don't.
than that. I'm usually better at, because it's such a staple in
Is it because you watched it
baby.
when you were a kid? Like, when's the last time you
Yeah.
watched it as an adult?
Can't watch it as an adult because I'm scared
Why
Imma
not?
like ball out. I'm scared Imma cry. I'm scared Imma cry.
Really? That
Yes.
was a
So
comedy.
the Never End the Story. Well, I mean, I guess parts of it, but no,
Oh, I'm
like,
thinking about The Princess Bride. I'm thinking
oh,
about The
yeah,
Princess
no,
Bride.
that one's funny. No. I'm talking about Never Ending Story, and when you did the thing, and I was thinking of like a workhorse, I immediately thought of Artax stuck in the bog, and he was stuck in like quicksand, and he couldn't get out. They were in this like
Mm.
depressive forest, and he couldn't get out, and so he
You should watch it.
drowned
Maybe
in
you
the
just need a good
quicksand.
cry.
I might.
Yeah.
Maybe I need that. But that's what I thought of. I thought of Artex, and then the little boy is screaming, Artex! It was the little
Oh, no, I
horse
was getting
couldn't
that
get out.
confused with Princess Diaries. 'Cause I had to try to watch that so many
You done
times.
said three different titles, baby. And Princess Bride, not Princess Diaries. That's a whole nother movie.
Oh, that's with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, girl. I'm not a movie buff. I'm horrible with movies. Like,
Yeah.
it takes too long to watch them.
It's a commitment. It is. It's a commitment for
I
sure.
get tired thinking about how long is this? I can't tell you the last time I don't think I ever watched Avatar. Avatar sounded like a
Really?
part-time job. I've seen bits and pieces. I have never sat down beginning to end. Who's watching a movie for 4 hours?
I seriously thought you had seen it.
No, I've seen like the beginning, did not go away. I've come back and I've seen it, sat down, somebody started watching it, I've seen the middle, and I go
Mm-hmm.
away. Then I come back and I've seen the ending about 4 times. And then I'm like, it's still long. Like it's too long for me. I don't have the attention span for it.
I get it. I
I
get
think
it.
movies, period. I don't have the attention span for it. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
I get
I
it.
wonder what age I was when that started to happen where I was like, still
You
on?
know, I don't know.
Like
That's
Titanic.
interesting.
I ain't never watched that from beginning to end.
For real?
One minute she a young bitch, old next minute she a old bitch type of like I just get here. Because I'm not sitting there watching the whole thing.
Now, granted, I have not watched Titanic again in a very long
Hmm.
time, but I did see it all the way through.
What's the nah though? I would watch Black Panther. I could watch Black Panther all the way through. You know what?
And
Maybe
that's
that's what I could
long
watch
too.
Full Time Black Woman. Okay, so no, I'm about to say I could watch action movies. Action
Okay.
movies get
And
my attention.
comedies.
They could keep my attention. I could walk out of a comedy movie too. I don't know what it is.
Serious?
Action movies
Okay.
can hold my attention. Also, but drama,
Mm-hmm.
comedy, like I was struggling watching the trilogy of Friday. I did the first one. I
Yeah.
had to break it up. The
Yeah.
second one, I had to restart it or rewind it probably like 4 times because I just couldn't
Yeah.
focus on it. And then I haven't even
Mm-hmm.
done the last one yet. Even though the last one's my favorite.
Yeah,
What's your favorite
that's
Friday? Which
interesting.
one's your favorite?
I don't know. I think I might be a OG, like, original, the first one, although I feel like I have to watch them all over again to, like, really be able to tell you
I
because I
never really liked
remember
the second
them.
one, and I still feel the same way. I
Yeah,
mean, it was funny, but
it was
the
funny.
3rd one just it got Cat Williams in it
Yeah, the 3rd
and
one
Day
was
Day.
good.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
enjoyed that one more.
Back to the episode,
Oh,
so
yeah, sorry. See, I had to segue away from working hard, stuck in place. It was too much. I had to
I
lighten it
know.
up.
I get it, I feel you, because it did come in the title came in heavy, for sure.
Strong.
Yes. So, we are here today to talk about what it really means to navigate work, wellness, power, and purpose as Black women in the world today that often expects us to carry more with less. How many times have you heard that in the workplace in some way, shape, or form or experience where they want you to do more with less? They want you to do more work with less
Make it
pay. They
work.
want you,
Put
yeah,
some
just
razzle dazzle on it.
you can do it. You can do it. That's why we hired you for this. Get out of here.
Mhm. You have a
Oh,
special set of skills.
that. So
Mhm.
many Black women will immediately recognize themselves, I'm sure, in this entire conversation with their own lived experiences. But a lot of times, if we've paid attention, I know we have talked about this in our own personal conversations at times, but Black women are really heavily concentrated in frontline administrative and support roles, and these positions that often have the least security and the narrowest paths of advancement. The jobs where we keep the systems running and we are definitely what is it? What is it? What was they calling the people that couldn't not work during the pandemic? What was that? What was that? Essential. Essential. No. Yeah, the essential workers. Those that are
Mhm.
in those positions that keep things running were definitely essential workers in ensuring the bottom line gets met. But somehow we're the last ones considered for promotions, leadership, and just long term stability in general. So today we are unpacking the history behind it, how it shows up today, and what Black women can do to navigate these systems because that's what we want to do. We want to give you some positive after we pull you down with all this depressive like truth
Right?
and facts. Like, dang, what happened? So yeah, we're gonna give you some ways to navigate the systems where we weren't necessarily in mind when they designed them. Yeah.
Oh, let's start with something most of us have seen in our workplaces. I know you and I have seen it more than we would like to have seen it, Aleese. But
Yeah.
think about the office. Ooh, sorry, I just
Ugh.
got to chew. I just got it. The ick. So stop. Full time working home employees over here.
Right.
So when you think about it, now this isn't true for the last place I worked at, but one of the first places I worked at out of college. Who is the receptionist, or
Mhm.
the executive assistant, who is managing the front desk or handling operations behind the scenes. Very often than not, it's Black women. And
Mhm.
they've been there for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, still looking like a 25-year-old themselves, if
That
I may
part.
add myself.
Yep.
'Cause that black do not be cracking, okay? And they be with
Mhm.
their Avon and Avian. But,
Yes.
we're the ones organizing everything, answering every question, solving every crisis. And when you look at the executive floor, suddenly we disappear. So how is
Yeah.
it that we're the ones who, when it's a fire drill, people run to us, but when there's a promotion, people look away,
That was a bar all in itself.
right?
That right there. Because it's not because we lack education. That part is absolutely not true. We have
Mhm.
the education and we most definitely have the qualifications because let me tell you, if any one of those receptionists, executive assistants were to leave and be missing, all hell would break loose. Things
Yep.
would fall apart. So, Black women are one of the most, obviously, educated groups in the United States. United
Been
States?
that way. Feel
United
like it's going
States.
to stay that way,
Yes.
right? Because we out here getting them degrees, baby. We
And
getting them certificates. Then we getting them advanced training certifications. Yet many
mhm.
of us still find ourselves like in roles that are considered support.
Yeah,
or, the background, you don't need
mm,
to be in this meeting, but I need you to write up my entire speech. I need to do all my research. I need you to work on this project, but don't worry about coming to the meeting. It's all right. I got it. Yeah, because they'll go in there and erase your name off of it and put it as theirs. Like we are looked at support instead of leadership.
that got
Oh, you just gave you hot burn. My bad.
it did. It
My
hit.
bad.
I felt it. I felt it. Yes, you are absolutely right. Because support characters, I felt that all up in my chest. Where they want to keep you in the background, you were the ones who was building the set and not getting a chance to act in the play. So these support roles, however, are very important. They're important work, but the
Yeah.
issue is when it becomes the ceiling, when that's
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
you are allowed to do, expected to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like when support becomes the only lane available. That's depressing.
Mhm.
That's
Very.
heartening, but I guess
Mhm.
we could look at how we got there, and we can figure out how we can
Yeah.
get out of there.
Big facts. So let's talk about how history shaped the workplace. So because there's no way to really understand the pattern without talking about the past. There's no way to know where you're going without understanding where we came from. So let's get
Mhm.
into the talk about history.
Okay, so historically, we have talked about this many times. So, I'm a full-time Black woman. Black women have always worked. There's never been a
Mhm.
moment we was sitting on the porch just sipping on some tea. Because we ain't got shit else to do. All right. Like
That.
we were brought here to work, slavery. Hello, it's a huge
Mhm.
part of the history of this country. Black women worked in fields, kitchens, homes, doing both physical and caregiving labor. Like we have always been literally pushed to our backbone to be the backbone.
Absolutely. That. That. Matter of fact, was it the United Nations or was it another one of those caucuses things that just recognized the slave trade as catastrophic? What was the words that they used? I forgot. Basically just saying
I want
that
to say
this is
atrocious, but I'm not sure.
atrocious. It was one of them
Wait, no, let's look
scary,
it up.
upsetting words. Travesty,
Yeah, something like
something.
that. International Day of Remembrance of Victims of Slavery and Transatlantic Trade.
Okay.
The U.S. is one of 3 countries to vote against the UN resolution calling slavery a crime against humanity.
That's it. A crime against humanity. It was the US,
Argentina and
Israel.
Israel also voted against the resolution.
Mhm. I knew US and Israel was in there together. I couldn't remember the third one. Yes, it took 400 plus years. A lot of the commentary around that happening was also now what? Because 'Cause we've been through that. Appreciate the acceptance and accountability of actually stating it now, but what we doing? What we doing? What we finna eat at? What's happening next? But yes, it's after emancipation, many Black women getting back on topic, after emancipation, many Black women were pushed into domestic work. So things like being a maid, being cooks, being housekeepers, caretakers, and things of this nature. This was what was considered the way for Black
Yeah,
women.
like even my grandmother, she was, a maid and a cook and everything. From slavery time all the way through, I guess you could say the civil rights movement, those roles were undervalued, underpaid and seen as natural extensions of women's labor, especially the labor of a Black woman.
Yeah. And fast forward to modern times and modern workplaces, some of these assumptions still follow us, unfortunately.
Some? You sure?
Black women are often perceived as reliable problem solvers, organizers. We are the superheroes that they continue to go
Mhm.
to be the backbone of operations and save the day, but give little credit to when the
No,
time comes.
but you're not looked upon or recognized as a leader or a strategist, even though that's all you do all day
That's
long,
all
come up
you
with
do.
strategies and solutions to things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is obviously a stereotype, not in reality, but fully rooted in bias.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at this. There's a whole nother layer. Wait, there's more.
There's more.
On this conversation, let's talk about invisible labor.
Yes, that. That right there, the invisible labor, the work that keeps everything functioning but rarely gets recognized. That
Yeah,
is a huge problem.
yeah. And Black women, all women deal with invisible labor. So let me just say that right there.
Yeah,
But this is
yes,
FTBW. So hello.
yeah.
Black women are often expected to mentor coworkers, usually
Mm,
their replacements, support team morale. Wait, when
check.
you're in a bad mood, they bring the whole office down. Yeah,
And
but
now
these
you're
motherfuckers ain't going through
aggressive.
microaggressions like I'm going through. They're not being discriminated
Right.
like I'm being discriminated against.
You're the angry black woman now, and we don't like that.
Exactly. Oh, she has such an attitude. God, all I said to her was like, "Why is your hair like that?" All I said to her was like, "Oh, I heard it was a shooting. Was it your son?" Oh, I feel like just be girl. The stories I have heard, yeah. Like we are
Horrible.
expected to smooth over conflicts that we did not start,
That
that we did
part.
not begin. We have to be the bigger person. A bitch, I'm about to be lower than a pregnant ant's stomach in this motherfucker. I ain't dealing with not at all. I ain't no
Okay,
boomer.
I don't wanna be a pregnant ant. I wanna be a pregnant snake because ants got legs. So let's I want belly to ground. Like, that's what I want. Yes.
Plan office celebrations. That is usually
Check.
something that the women are expected to do. I wouldn't necessarily say black women because we have turned away from that, said get
Mhm.
somebody else to do that, unless that's something we personally would like to do, but it's not like voluntold type of
Yeah.
situation. Or help new employees feel comfortable, especially if it's another black woman or if it's
Oh,
another black
yes.
person. You're supposed to
Yes.
be automatically their mentor. Why you choose me as their mentor, but you ain't
Right.
her name is Shakita. Okay. Yep. Alright. Once you start Monday,
Got
mhm.
it. All
Okay.
right.
Look,
Right.
then you become a toxic auntie.
Exactly.
Don't come in here thinking you about to move up. It ain't go.
And if you don't know what a
It's a
toxic
cycle,
auntie is,
yes.
yes, please check out the very first episode of Full Time Black Woman. 200 episodes plus in, but go to number one and check that one out so you can understand what a toxic auntie is. But yes, that whole emotional and cultural labor often goes completely unacknowledged when it comes time for promotions or performance reviews because we are the ones who are honestly keeping the morale and the culture they promote but don't put into going. We're the ones that keep the place. Sometimes we keep it fun, we keep it light, we keep it together, we keep it moving. All of these things, and they just go by the wayside.
Yeah, because that's not usually a tick mark on the performance review.
It's not.
It's
It's
not,
not.
not at all, like,
That has not been on anything since being in like what, first grade, second grade? This
plays well
person
with
is a
others.
yes, plays well with others. This person is they share, like, stuff like that. That is
Caring.
gone. Go
Yeah, that
ahead.
should be in the performance reviews. Then again,
It
no,
should.
don't put that on my because I'm not there anymore. Maybe younger
Mm-mm.
ish
No, thank you. No,
would have
thank
been
you.
there, but ish right now, like, is it part of my job description? Then why is it on my
Right.
performance review? Let's talk about that, Karen. So, when you're doing more work than was technically in your job description,
Mm,
it's not the kind of work that gets rewarded. So, that's why you
no.
slowly but surely morph into a toxic they created this, but we gotta carry
Yes.
it. I don't think I'm a
Yep.
toxic auntie. I think I'm more of a realist. Like I will support any young black woman who comes into the industry, into my
Yeah.
industry, who wants to move up. How can I help you, sis? I will
Mhm.
give you the ins and outs of what you need to know, how to get to know. But I don't want to know more for myself, but I will
Right.
help you get there. But I'm not going to discourage you from trying. Like I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to be there to help you out any way I can. Hook you up with the right
Absolutely.
people because being in certain places for so long, you do make you build a network. And even if I'm
Mhm.
not utilizing it, I'll be more than willing to let somebody else utilize it. Like, "Here, slide,
Mhm.
slide!"
Yeah, and too, you get to learn, like, where the roadblocks are and
Mhm,
who the roadblocks are. So somebody might be touted as, "Yeah, go to this person, go to this person," and they are absolute hazard to
mm,
the new person coming in. And being young and, like, excited and enthusiastic about the job, you've already experienced all these wrong turns, so you can warn without discouragement in those instances. But you are absolutely right about those things not getting rewarded unless you want more work. Unless you want more work, then you can get rewarded that way. You can get more work once you have
mm.
proved to be good at your job and doing the most. You can get rewarded that way, which will clearly lead to burnout frustration and that stuck feeling that we're talking about.
I'm sorry, I just had a flashback, girl.
Are you
It
still
just
with us?
made me
Are you
angry. No,
here?
I just had a flashback.
Yeah, I can imagine this
Yeah.
topic would do it.
Yeah, so let's talk about the frontline work and job security. Another reality as a Black woman in these corporate spaces, we are disproportionately represented in frontline jobs.
Yes, we're talking about from healthcare support roles to customer service. My gosh, customer service, education support staff, retail, and administrative operations. We in there.
You know what? When I tell people I work in a certain industry, the first assumption that they have, be it Black, white, or indifferent, is, oh, so you answer the phones?
Hmm.
And I can't be upset because it's us doing it too. It's not just,
Yep.
other people who are saying it. The first thing they say is like, "Oh, okay, can my homegirl work in customer service over there too?" No, like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. I don't even
Good
correct
for
them.
them.
I don't even waste my time to correct them. Like, first of all, I'm not
Yeah.
telling you what I do, but
Yeah.
also, yeah, okay. But it's
Uh-huh.
crazy how that's the first thing that goes in people's minds
It is. It is. And it's like they have automatically judged and assessed you
based off of
based
what I look
on
like.
that is and what you look like. Yes. And
Yeah.
it is wild to me.
You about to
It is just wild to me. Like
right?
I enjoy that assumption at times and then speaking or like sharing something and they're like I wasn't supposed to be that intelligent kind of thing. Or
Yeah, I feel like it's like a
I
superhero, like you
like
get a
that.
mask on. Like, it's a
It's
disguise.
absolutely like that.
Let me hear what
Yes.
you really think about me before you get to know me, because I
Exactly.
know who I am. If
Exactly.
I was one of those people that had to prove constantly to other people my worth, then yeah,
Yeah.
that would bother me. That's why a lot of people lead with their titles. A lot of people
Mhm.
lead with where they went to school or this. I
Yep.
don't do that. I let
I
people
don't
think what they
care.
want to think. I don't
Yep.
care.
That part.
And by
That.
you not knowing who I am, it gives me a better chance to dig into you too.
That part. See, look at the strategy. Look at this.
Right?
Look at this.
Super spy. These jobs, they are essential. Let's be real. Like, we
Yes.
know that they are necessary, but they are often the most vulnerable during layoffs.
Yes.
Restructuring or automation. Like, oh, we could cut so and so off, and even though she's been here for 30 something years, like a code on a computer could do her job, or
Mhm.
we're
AI.
is that AI or we're merging with another company. We'd rather take on their person because either they're making less money or they'll be better for the image or the branding of the company. So it's a
Mhm.
lot of different things that make those positions essential yet vulnerable, which is crazy how can you be one and other at the same time.
That part. Those I feel like they are on opposite ends of the spectrum. Should be, but apparently
Mhm.
not. We live in that opposite where they apparently are one and the same.
Opposite world.
During right. And during crises. That's how you say that.
I heard nothing wrong because you ain't thinking about it.
During crises like the pandemic, many
Mhm.
Black women were on the front lines, keeping industries moving, facing higher economic risk. So imagine the stress, the concern, the frustration, the anxiousness that comes along with that, with doing all of this essential duty work and still realizing that at any moment you could be let go.
The first thing I thought about, and this is like, I don't know why, but the first thing I thought about when you talk about, Black women being on the front lines during the pandemic, remember that Popeyes employee who was having that cigarette break when that chicken sandwich was, and she was so stressed out. She was like, I remember that's the image that I just got of Black woman on the pandemic. Employee was so stressed out about the chicken, crazy about a fucking chicken sandwich. Like, we was crazy
Oh
during the
my God, it
pandemic.
was crazy.
We were out of our goddamn chicken loving minds
We
having a
were.
battle with the chicken sandwiches. Popeyes ain't never did sales like that before or after.
Never. Exactly. Ain't
And then
nobody
remember
mentioned a
we
Popeye
were like,
since.
we better than this. We are not about to be going to get no chicken sandwiches. Not that serious. Like, you been seeing on social media everybody post about chicken sandwiches. Then we finally went. We were
Right
like,
with it. It's like, what?
we were like,
Yes!
dude, that is a good ass
Hold
fucking
on, we gonna be
sandwich. I
eating
see
like
where
this?
hype is. Huh?
Eating like this?
Yeah,
Sitting here trying to be on our high horse like we better than this. No, we not.
exactly. And we, in fact, we're not better, okay?
We were not.
I
We were
haven't had one
not.
in years, though.
Me either.
I forgot
Ca
they even sold them. Tell you the truth.
I I ain't
But
thought
that when I first
no
took that
more
bite, I
about
was like,
Popeyes.
"God damn, this shit was good."
It was delicious. It was
Yes,
delicious. I
it
don't know
was.
what was in it, what they were doing to it, but it was
Right?
by far one of the best things I had had in a long
That's one of the
time.
best chicken sandwiches ever. I don't even like chicken sandwiches. The chicken sandwiches,
Eh,
I don't know, it's just you gotta cook it perfectly for it to be juicy
yes.
still. It used to be dry, felt like a biscuit and
Right.
shit. But
That.
no, that
Yes.
and I was in the South too. They cooked that chicken
Yep.
sandwiches like they was cooking it in their grandma
They
kitchen.
did that. Yep. They did that right.
Yeah. Yeah, so the
Mm.
work is essential. But
Yes.
unfortunately, on a more serious note, the work is not always protected. But who is really
Right.
protected in this economy? So you know we ain't protected.
That's
Everybody else is getting
that.
it. You definitely know we're getting impacted by it. So yeah.
You know, we have been the bottom of the protection ladder for a very long time with plenty
Mhm.
of things. Work is no different. So the question then is why can't it be harder? Why can advancement be harder? Let's talk about the barriers to advancement.
So I know for a fact one of the biggest factors is we've talked about this before, access to sponsorship. You know? What
Mhm.
is sponsorship? A sponsorship is somebody who's going to give you the pathway necessary to help you along the way with advancement. Somebody's going to take you underneath their, well, I'll say sleeve. It's a wing. Take you underneath their wing. And why is it wing? Anyways, questions we have.
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why it's lame because now I'm thinking about it. I like sleeve. That worked, but I
Uh,
don't want to be under there either.
yeah, what they call you.
Anywho, exactly. That's what I was thinking about. Sweaty, funky, gross. So a sponsor is different from a mentor. Let's be clear. A mentor gives advice, while a sponsor advocates for you in the rooms that you're not in. So the sponsor is the one that is making sure that your name is heard, that people know about you. It's a more active role in your advancement as opposed to mentorship, where you might be a toxic auntie or you might be someone who is actually like showing like the ropes or telling the ropes to.
Yeah, and many Black women have mentors. I have only come across a few who have
Hmm.
true I'm about you mentors, but even fewer of them
Same.
have sponsors,
Big
and
facts.
usually Black women that I do know who have sponsors, they're either older Black men or women. Like, it's
Hmm.
very rare for somebody to have somebody who's trans relation racial relationship
Yeah.
people who are actively pushing them for their promotions or here, write up your job description. Well, how much you want? I'm gonna make this happen for you.
Hmm.
Like, what? That happens to people in real life. Like, I have quite a few friends who have people who are like, no, if you stick here, I'm going to make sure you get to this space. I believe in you. I think that's so
Hmm.
beautiful and so honorable to be able to have somebody in your corner. Like you said, somebody who's speaking up about you in a room where you're not even in. You don't even know about the meeting and you're a part of
Yep.
it, blessings on blessings. I think that's amazing, especially for us Black women who work. Nobody work harder than us. No one works
That
harder than
part.
us. Okay.
Mhm.
Mediocre has never been a part of my vocabulary unless I'm talking about somebody else, not about
That
us.
exactly.
Like you
Yes.
deserve it.
Yes, absolutely. I will say I have been blessed where I've had somebody do that for me.
That's
They were
awesome.
like, "Yeah." And it has only been once in that particular scenario where somebody was basically like, "You thinking about transitioning and moving and whatnot? Say less. I got you." I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, what are the strings attached to this? Because
Right.
this has to be fake." But it wasn't, and I was very surprised and blessed for that. So it is rare because like I said, whole career, one time, but it does happen. Another barrier in being pigeonholed.
Mm,
Pigeonholed.
pigeonholed.
Just getting stuck, basically.
Yeah.
When it is being stuck. It's when you are seen as the reliable one who keeps things organized and that's all you're seen as. Nobody allows you to get bigger outside of that bubble. And it can be difficult for leadership to imagine you being strategic, being an executive, being anything but that great person who can organize a meeting, that great person who can communicate to everyone in an email or in a letter or something really, really well. But, I don't know if she can speak. I don't know if she can write, but I don't know if she can speak. She can write. I don't know if she can like build and forge relationships kind of thing. So you can easily get pigeonholed by some folks if you have expertise in an area, which is wild considering some people want you to have expertise.
So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Big fat.
Even when you're more than capable,
That
you have a special set
doesn't
of
matter.
skills that are essential and necessary for this whole function to operate. But you could also
Mhm.
be held back because you have that special set of skills that keep this whole thing operating. Now, I have been told by other more seasoned employees, don't
Mhm.
pigeonhole yourself. Or
Yeah.
I don't think they didn't say pigeonhole. What did they say? Oh, it's another term for it. It's slipping my mind. If you could
Like
think of the term that I'm thinking of,
like like don't specialize, don't limit.
mm,
I don't know.
yeah, if you guys can think of the term that I'm trying to think of, go ahead and send us an email, fulltimeblackwoman@gmail.com. Or go ahead and send us a DM in our socials at Full Time Black Woman on Facebook, Instagram, and at FT Black Woman on Twitter. We ain't gonna see it, but go ahead, Instagram and
You
Facebook.
can try.
You could try. Heck by now. Maybe they'll reply to you. But, yeah, I
Goodness.
cannot think of the word. Okay, it's another word for pitch,
Mhm. You're right. Compartmentalized shell. Mhm.
but, they definitely let me know, like, don't do it too good, you're gonna get stuck in there doing it forever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do just enough, but no one tells you the line of just enough, of being good,
'Cause there
great.
is no line. There's
It's
no
up
line.
to
That's
if somebody wants you to move up or not. It doesn't matter how good you are at
that.
doing something.
Exactly.
And it's
That
also
part.
whether or not that skill can be easily transferable to someone else, or if the current leader themselves has a skill themselves. If not, they're gonna rely on
Mhm.
you to do it so they don't have to beef up their own personal skills in it. No, those are
Exactly.
the ones to hold
And
you
if
back.
the
The manager is gonna ask your manager and they're like, "Oh, no, because I need her. She won't."
Mhm. Yeah, if that leader has no intentions of moving and has nobody that in mind to replace them,
Yep,
then you will be kept in that position in order to solidify that manager or leader's
yep,
position. You are what keeps them solid. If
yep.
you leave, they become vulnerable. Therefore, they have no incentive to move you up in those scenarios or to upskill you in some way that could
Mhm.
encourage your advancement because now you become competition as opposed to my workhorse and my little genie in a bottle. I
That I
can't have
like putting
that.
aside and everybody don't know about.
Right. Yes. I mean, honestly and clearly, the conversation we're having right now, you can plainly see bias still exists. And it still exists in hiring just as much as it exists in promotion and decisions.
Don't we know so well about that? So, how do we navigate
Yes.
this system? What are some strategies for navigating? So, what can Black women do while navigating these systems? Elise, let us know.
All right. You already know. First things first, document.
Like a
Document.
book,
Please. Keep it in writing. Keep timestamps, keep
electronic
signatures,
records.
electronic records, everything. Document your work. Track your outcomes. Track the outcomes that your work creates. Everything. You keep
Hmm.
a record.
Yeah, not just like the tasks, because we all have those, but the results. That's what really matters. Because results means change. Results mean,
Mhm.
enhancements. Results mean we never seen anything like this before. So did your work improve efficiency? You know, did it increase revenue? It's always about the money, baby. That
Mhm.
money,
That
all
part.
right. Or did it reduce costs? Once again, back to money. That's what is necessary
Yep.
to actually show I made this tangible change in this place from here. That's very important.
Yes, that's your proof. That is your proof. Your proof of record, everything.
Mhm.
The second thing is advocate for yourself early, often, all the time. Don't assume
Mhm.
people see your potential automatically because guaranteed they don't. Nobody cares about you that much.
Sorry,
Nobody cares about you that much.
to
Go
talk to you.
ahead.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
It's
Nobody
true.
cares
It's
that
so
much.
true. Ain't nobody checking
Yes,
for you. You
yes.
gotta make sure you are seen.
Nobody.
Just like these little squeaky wheels get the grease around here, and you gotta be one just as much. And advocate for
Mhm.
yourself, like you said, early and often so they know you're not one to be played with. If not, they're gonna
That.
step over a line over and over and over again. So, the next thing that you could do is build those networks. Talk to people. Talk to people outside of your immediate department. That makes a difference. That makes you a
Mhm.
force. Okay. Because then all of a sudden
Yes.
your name start coming back to your department. Elise did this. I met Elise. She is so that she is so that it makes them look some type of way if they're
Mhm.
trying to hold you back and everybody else is seeing your light. And they are afraid of
Big facts.
losing you, or they're afraid of going against you too, because you are building your network outside of them. You are not depending on them to be the only opportunity that you have. You are actually building opportunities for connection across the organization or even outside of it, because you have the right to do that. You're a free human. You're a free
Yes.
human person, like I said the other episode.
Right.
Human person. Okay? You're free.
Yeah, and you are absolutely right. Because words are powerful, and the fact
No.
that you can have a manager that is not using their words, which is also powerful, or a manager that is using them in order to limit and create obstacles for you. If you have a whole other area outside of your immediate environment of your department that can speak to your skills, your talents, your demeanor, how collaborative you are, all of these things, and it is contrary to what your manager, leader, executive in your department is saying and doing, they look the fool. And they will
Mhm.
have typically no choice but to respond to the majority because
Yep.
they don't want to look like an idiot.
So you get a
So
jump on them by
you get
introducing
a jump.
yourself. Don't wait to be
Yes. Don't
introduced,
wait to be
not
introduced
them.
because you won't.
Nope.
Yeah, you will not. So, a fourth way is to consider skill stacking. So, skill stacking, you want to add strategic, financial, leadership skills, things that make you valuable and visible in decision making spaces. Add them one on top of the other. Consider the things that link together but enhance each other as you progress. So, yes, strategic thinking is great, but strategic thinking with a financial mindset and budgeting and cost analysis, even better. Strategic thinking, cost analysis on top of visual presentations and communication skills, even better. You solidify what your skill sets, what your strengths are, and minimize reasons for people to dismiss or overlook or not consider you in these decision making
Mhm.
spaces. You become
Yeah,
much brighter.
absolutely. You said a what?
Yeah. You become brighter.
Yeah. That you already
Yeah.
are naturally, girl, because look, we ain't just working harder. We do that enough.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
already do that.
Yes. Mm, mm, mm.
What's in that cup?
Tea.
Cause you been sipping.
Yeah, it's just tea.
What
It's
kind?
cinnamon cardamom tea. So it's like
Cinnamon
warming.
caramel?
Mum. Isn't that how you
What's
say
that?
it? Some type of herb. Some type of spice. Aromatic spice with a strong, complex, sweet and citrusy taste featuring notes of mint, herbal, and floral flavor.
Hmm. Never heard of that.
Yeah, it tastes good. Yes, we have been working hard long enough. So the goal is to work in ways that increase the power and mobility, upward
Absolutely.
mobility at that, or
Right?
outward. Shoot,
I was
get
about
out
to
of
say,
there.
or a lateral shoot, because sometimes you just need to get out of that toxic environment to really be able to
Big
let your light
facts.
shine through. Oh, and we just want to be clear, this is not just an individual problem. If it was just an individual
Mm-mm.
problem, we wouldn't entitle black women. It wouldn't be full-time black women. It would be full-time
Yes.
black women. And
Right.
all she
Right.
do is bitch your mom. This, no, we're actually trying to give you advice because we both have been there ourselves
Big facts.
in
We are
many
trying to change
instances.
the system. Many. That part. It is all about changing the system because organizations need to change. That's clear.
Mhm.
It cannot continue to operate this way. That includes transparent promotion pathways. Make it plain. If there's supposed to be promotion opportunities, then explain and express how that's supposed to be done
Mhm.
without changing and switching up the goalposts either. Police also include
Mhm.
fair pay and pay structures, no longer penalize women for having kids, for being a woman, for having that decision to have a family, and then all of a sudden questioning her loyalty or commitment to the job. Like, let's not do that. How about that?
Mhm.
And then also leadership pipelines that include Black women. A lot of time we are excluded because of the good old boys network, because of what the political appearance might be of a position should there be a Black woman there instead of a man or any other person. Clear out the clutter and actually have leadership pipelines that are equal opportunity pipelines, as opposed to guest appearances where we're putting you in here just to make it look like we are equal opportunity.
Exactly. Like companies that benefit from Black women labor every day definitely should be invested into it. And I know we went through that whole change, heavy on the quotes, during the pandemic, after
Mhm.
2020. And you see how those are quickly being dismantled every single day. Most importantly, over the past year.
Every
I wonder
day.
what changed. But it's time for leadership
Mhm.
opportunities to reflect that contribution back. And I would
Yeah.
say this is one of the reasons why a lot of Black women leave corporate America and move on to entrepreneurial opportunities because you have literally, I keep saying this, a special set of skills, you know, that are so fine tuned and you
Yeah.
know how to deal with problems, solutions. Fire drills are not fire drills to you at all. It's just a Tuesday. Like
Yep.
just being able to start something and finish it and make it better than ever is a huge part of what we have been doing forever. And a lot of Black women are starting to bet on themselves. And if you are thinking about
Mhm.
betting on yourself, go ahead and listen to our one of our past episodes about moving from corporate to being a consultant. That helps you get what is necessary because, like I said, a lot of us are looking to leave the corporate space because of the constant microaggressions, the discrimination, and being in a place where we're stuck and but yet we're still working hard. That can make
Mhm.
anybody go crazy. Or
Absolutely,
just man the fuck
absolutely.
up.
At 1000%.
Yeah,
So, clearly, Black women have always been the backbone of the workforce,
yeah,
and it doesn't seem like that's gonna change unless we change it.
yeah. But being the backbone shouldn't mean being stuck at the bottom. We the
Absolutely
backbone, not
not.
the ass bone. Okay, I said it.
The accuracy of it all, the accuracy. I'm telling you, we deserve stability, we deserve advancement, we deserve leadership positions, and the ability to shape the systems that we help sustain, because they would lose their way should we
Yeah.
all just up and decide, you know what? I ain't going to work today.
You always be
I'm
trying to
not
start a
coming back.
revolution. You're the real militant between both of us. People think
Always.
it's me, but you always be the one like, "What happened? What happened if we didn't pay our bills? What happened if we just decided we gonna go to work? What they gonna do?
Man,
What they gonna do, huh?"
I wish if we
I
could
wish,
all just be
I wish, I
organized
wish.
for at least like a week. Cause I don't even think it would take 30 days. I think if we could be organized for a whole week, the struggle would be real
Yeah,
for them,
most
not us.
definitely. Well, let's make sure that the struggle is no longer real in these places, and that's why conversations like this is necessary, to make that change actually visible. Not just talking, but actually making it happen.
Big facts. So with that, that brings us to the end of another episode. We hope you had a fantastic time. And remember, we are here for you full time from coffee to wine.
And play your power perfectly.
Hey.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Full-Time Black Woman is created, recorded, and produced by Aleese Real and Esha Belle. For more opportunities to live, laugh, grow, and feel the soul, be sure to like, review, comment, and subscribe to Full-Time Black Woman wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Help us build this community by sharing with other full-time Black women like yourself. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Full-Time Black Woman, or send your love directly via email at fulltimeblackwoman@gmail.com. That's fulltimeblack, WOMAN, @gmail.com.